Welcome back to the Junkyard News. In today's news video, we're going to talk about an incident that happened where a couple of detectives decided to find a reason, any reason whatsoever, to bypass and circumvent one homeowner's civil rights so they can gain entry and ransack her home. That's right. Are cops really this stupid? Or do they just always seem to try to find a workaround to get around these pesky civil rights, to get around the Constitution, because in their mind, the ends justify the means?
A plastic baby doll that looked like a real baby in distress is the reason Minneapolis police say they raided a Twin Cities home without a warrant.
So you tell me, are cops really as stupid as it seems, or do they not care about civil rights here in the United States? The perception of police officers' intelligence and their regard for civil rights can vary widely based on individual experiences, media portrayals, and specific incidents. And we have one such incident to talk about here. Here we have a shooting incident that occurred. A couple of detectives decide to go out to a home to interview a couple of, I don't want to say suspects, but people of interest. They arrive, they come up onto the porch, start to knock. One detective decides to open the mailbox, without a warrant, and start rifling through the household mail.
At the doorstep of this Brooklyn Center home, Schroeder immediately starts rifling through mail. Suchta walks over and peers through the front window.
So after the detective has fun rifling through this homeowner's mail, he knocks on the door a few more times, really wants to get into this house, really wants to talk to these people of interest, but nobody answers the door. There's got to be somebody home. They just don't want to answer. What have they got to hide? What are they hiding in this house? One detective decides to peek through the window. Let's see what we can see in the home. And he looks in and he doesn't see anybody at first. Then he looks on the couch and oh my gosh, there's a baby laying on the couch. Cute little baby that's not moving. It's got a little band-aid on its finger. Hey, come over here and take a look at this. Is that a baby or is that a doll? Is that real? I don't know. It looks kind of real, but it's not moving. Could it be a dead baby?
I think that's a doll, but come and take a look. I mean, she's even got a Band-Aid on her finger.
This is what they saw. A baby doll. Yes, with a Band-Aid on its finger.
So this is a baby doll. She's laying like that. You know, got her finger up.
Homeowner Yolanda Mays wasn't home at the time, but her 74-year-old uncle was in the basement.
Other detective comes around and looks and says, well, the hair looks real enough. We better go in and make sure that baby's okay. Or the doll's okay. I guess we can just consider this exigent circumstances and we'll just break into this home just to make sure that's not a baby that's in distress. Looks real enough to us. So the detectives called back up. A couple of uniformed officers arrived, and they proceed to kick in the door of this homeowner's home.
Brooklyn Center police officers arrived and forced their way into the side door.
Now I can see a court giving a pass for this. I really can. Our injustice system at work, I can see a court saying, you know what, that's believable. There's dolls out there that look so real. Nobody could know. And yes, I can believe you when you say you thought there was a dead baby or baby in distress. It's not moving, looks real enough. All right, I'll give you a pass on this. But it's what they did after they entered and figured out it was a doll that has them in some civil hot water now.
Police department! Brooklyn Center Police!
Mays is now suing all the officers involved for unlawful entry, partly because what happened after officers realized this doll was, in fact, a doll. What happened next?
They continued to search my home. They went into the basement. The door was closed, so they had to open the door and go into the basement. No reason, it's quiet.
Did the officers have a search warrant to be here?
No.
So even if a court could find that, yes, they're going to get a pass, we're going to go ahead and give them exigent circumstances and give them a pass for entering this home because they thought there was a medical need and they were just trying to save a life of this innocent baby not moving on the couch. And for those who don't actually know what exigent circumstances means, it refers to situations where law enforcement officers are permitted to enter a property without a warrant due to an urgent need that justifies immediate action, where obtaining a warrant is impractical, such as immediate danger. If a law enforcement officer believes someone is in immediate danger, they can enter a property without a warrant to provide aid or protection. Also, hot pursuit doctrine, when officers are maybe in a foot chase with a fleeing felon and he runs into somebody else's home trying to get away. Yes, cops do generally and can generally follow him into this home without a warrant to protect life and apprehend this fleeing felon. They can also enter a property without a warrant if they truly believe and have justification to think that evidence destruction may occur. If officers have a reason to believe that evidence is being destroyed, they can enter to preserve that evidence without a warrant. So in this case, I can see them arguing the immediate danger need and breaking in this home because they saw a baby in distress. But it wasn't a baby. And they knew it wasn't a baby. Because in the ring camera, you can hear one of the detectives say, it could just be a doll.
I think that's a doll, but come and take a look. I mean, she's even got a Band-Aid on her finger.
And that's when the other detective says, well, the hair looks real enough.
A doll or a dead baby?
The hair looks real.
How many times have we seen videos, seen stories of cops initiating a search warrant on a house only to find out that they got the wrong address? It happens quite a bit, and it should stop. It has to stop.
To make matters worse, police records show that the MPD officers who came to this house weren't even supposed to be here. They had the wrong house. In one of the police reports we obtained, Sergeant Suchta blames Hennepin County, saying they misread the address.
Do police even care? When they make a mistake like that, it could have traumatic consequences to the residents of that home. The innocent people inside that home. Cops barge in, you make a wrong move, bam, you're 6 feet under. Oh, our bad. He was pulling up his pants. I thought he was going for a weapon. Oops, we had the wrong house. Wrong address. There was a typo. That's what we have here. And although nobody lost their life, there is one 74-year-old man, the homeowner's uncle, who has his own apartment down in the basement, taking a nap at the time, woke up to see these officers coming downstairs. Yep. The door was shut, and they already figured out the baby was a doll. No more circumstances. No more reason to be in the house. They need to leave. Put a note on. Cops did this. Contact us to fix your door. But instead of doing that, they decided to search the home. And to search the home, you need a search warrant. Most cops out there will say, oh, well, we're in the door now. We're in here now. Might as well just do what we want. There's no more exigent circumstances. We know that's not a baby, that's a doll. We should leave, but we're in here now. What else can we do? How many more rights can we violate? Well, apparently a lot, because they did proceed to search the home. They even opened the basement door and went down into a basement. No plain sight doctrine. No walking by, looking downstairs and seeing something that would give them reason to go down the stairs. Nope, they opened the door and they searched the basement, coming across the homeowner's uncle sleeping downstairs. Luckily, he didn't end up making a movement that could have cost him his life. And what it boils down to is the question of police officers as stupid as it seems, or do they not care truly about individual civil rights?
Also found a search warrant showing they had interest in a home down the street. What's your reaction to that?
I'm upset. I feel violated. I feel tons of emotions.
MPD says it does not comment on pending litigation. Schroeder, who has a long history of complaints on the force, apparently went into the garage looking for a drill and screws to fix the door they broke, but he didn't find any.
We all have to be held accountable for our actions, period.
Yolanda told me Brooklyn Center did pay to replace the door, but it took about 3 months for a contractor to come out and do it. She says this lawsuit is for the trauma her family experienced through this ordeal, and as you heard her say, also about accountability.
And the wrong house.
In the wrong house. And we'll see. No one's commenting so far, but we'll see what happens as this plays out.
Ensuring that police officers are aware of and respect civil rights is a crucial aspect of the role. Ongoing education and a culture of accountability are essential to maintaining public trust and protecting individual freedoms. And while there are certainly instances where police actions have raised legitimate concerns about the respect of civil rights, it's important to recognize the efforts of many officers who are committed to serving their communities responsibly. But it seems that officers like that are few and far between. Addressing these challenges requires a collaborative effort between law enforcement agencies, policymakers, and the community to promote justice, accountability, and respect for civil rights. Don't try to find a way to circumvent the Constitution and civil rights. The Constitution and civil rights are not a roadblock for you to try to bypass or circumvent. If you know you can't do something because you're legally not allowed to, don't try to figure out a way to get around that. Uphold your oath and do the right thing. Thanks again for watching this episode of the Junkyard News. Be careful, people, or we may be talking about you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Videos uploaded by the Junkyard News are helped in part by viewers just like you. You can show your support for this channel by clicking the thumbs up, sharing our videos. Don't want to miss a video or a story? Make sure to check us out and like us on Facebook at The Junkyard News.